the fact that people cover this is a huge deal. On I can name 2 levels. The fact that, you know, they're Black, and not to say people's racist, but let's if you know, you know. Right. And you know, they're not the people that everybody kind of knows, which is the John Cena's, the Rocks, and everybody of it all. So this is a huge deal, and this is going to be kind of the entrance to the future as far as the new wrestling of it all. So any thoughts, Hope or Will?
Listen, I remember the wedding of Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth, and I promise you, as popular as Macho Man was, they did not make the cover of People magazine. They made the cover of WWF magazine at the time, which wasn't a bad thing, again, at the time. Beautiful Black couple, both doing the damn thing, both looking absolutely fabulous. Did you see the aisle? Literally the floral owl. I was like, y'all put some money in this. Blessings to them. Love what they did. So incredibly beautifully done. And not just the money, but you also felt the love that was there between the two and the family and the friends. And that's so refreshing to see. And I really hope that they make it, because there was a time in wrestling when couples didn't make it. They just didn't. One would have to leave in order for them to make it. So I hope that they're able to follow the lead of Charmel or Booker or Bianca, you know, and her husband, who recently won the tag team champion, Jay Montez. But beautiful couple, so excited for them.
Will, any thoughts?
Well, I mean, I have plenty of thoughts, but I think the biggest question that we do have to ask about this is just, TK, how are you feeling about all this? Are you okay?
Lord, here we go. I am happy for Black love. I love Black love. I love Black love that does it on that level, because it looked like, I don't know, I hope if you track the numbers, it looked like 200 plus, if not more, of those seatings at the tables. Like, and also what I'm hoping for is they got other people to pay for it. That's also what I'm hoping for, because that, my friend, is the best way to start off a wedding, where nothing comes out of your pocket and you get all these companies to sponsor and make it happen. So I feel like Lash is that type of person. Like, look, this is what I want. Let's make it happen. So that's what I'm hoping for them. I'm rooting for Black love. I also too hope that this is going to go for the long haul. But what I ultimately wish, and I said this like 2 weeks ago, bring back those campy like WWE wrestling weddings. Like, yes, you got your real wedding, but then go and give us, because I think Bosa, you were the one who brought it up. I think the last campy one was Johnny and Taya, where they wore those cabbage green outfits in, was it Lucha? I think it might have been Lucha Underground. Like, give me at least one. It doesn't have to be theirs, but there's so many couples in wrestling. Can I just get one wrestling wedding where it goes awry? That's, you know, wow. Wow.
Leave that shit. Leave that. No. Because think about it. There's no one that they have right now that's gonna write that well at all.
No one's if Charlotte Flair were to get married and Ric Flair came out and said, "No, it's my show." Oh my God!
First of all, horrible person to use. Horrible person to use for that one. Well, okay.
Oh Lord. I'm just saying, when she did get married, that would have been a great thing. There's so many opportunities. I feel like it could happen. You don't have to do it for every wrestling couple, but there's so many wrestling couples, especially coming out of NXT. Like, let's.
Well, can we just have like the wrestling couples be involved at least? Like, I don't need a wedding, but I would love, like, for like the fact that we have not had like. Not, I know he's rolling with her, but the fact that we haven't had something with Damian Priest and Lola Vice in AAA is like, what are we like? He not doing nothing right now. So like, why are they not the mixed tag team champions right now? Like, there's so much money to be made with that. But the wedding, I just don't trust them with the wedding. Not that I don't want to see it come back. I don't trust them nowadays to like get it right the way that we like it, man. Because like when Test and Stephanie tried to get married, and it was just like,
oh, those days are gone.
You got my attention. Keep going. Also, the fact that we allowed it to be okay that a dude drugged a girl and then brought her to Vegas and got married, and none of us had questions about
that part. That era was crazy. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go off topic. I went on a Michael Jackson rabbit hole this past weekend, and he had the one song, The Way You Make Me Feel. And I'm like, this man is harassing this woman in a dark alley. What are we doing? And we were hype off of it. I still love the song, but I'm just like, the way you make me.
A lot of them things be
scary.
Like a lot of that stuff be dark. Like what it was like Dirty Diana. Like when I found out what Dirty Diana was about, I was like, what?
Yep.
I did not know. And I would pay any money to hear that second verse that they didn't put in there. There's a whole second verse where he like you really know he talking about Diana Ross, and they were like, you can't put that out. You can't put that out. I'm sorry. We got to change this to something else. Like, no.
Anyway,
even the Cheers intro is dark as fuck. Like, it talks about beating somebody's wife in there. Like, if you beat, like, yo, you didn't put your hands on your wife, come on down where everyone knows your name. Like, what? What?
What? With that being said, we're in this era, so I believe that we're in a safer environment. So the wedding shouldn't be as bad, especially if, for instance, if we did a Trick and Lash wedding for WWE, I honestly believe that they would have to be involved. I don't think they would okay it if they weren't involved in some. I don't think they would okay the story if they weren't involved in some capacity. So
yeah,
but
the only thing is though, like even the difference then, which is very shocking, then of an audience to now, I don't want to see Lash get booed coming out in a wedding dress. Like I don't want to see. I want to see like y'all are excited, and I just do not trust these crowds like that no more. And then sit here and like boo this woman while she coming out in this dress, and I'm like, y'all just don't get the assignment, do y'all? Like this is why they
have to tell the story in such a way where they wouldn't boo it, and this is where the creative part comes in.
Look what you just said.
I know. They have 4 people here. Look, WWE, I will do it for free. They have 4 people here that will be able. Well, I said I will. I don't know if Will will do it for free.
TK, you gotta. They dropped a package off for you. You don't have to sign for it though. You don't have to sign for it.
Oh, geez. Just one. It doesn't have to be Lash and Trick. There's plenty of couples coming down the pipe. No.
Like you said, if it's anybody, Lash and Trick would probably be the easiest one that they could write this to be, especially with the way Trick does his promos and stuff like that. Like I could see them going like, "Hey, man, we having a celebration of SmackDown," and then having somebody like Ricky Saints come and ruin it.
Right. Just make it simple. It's like you don't have to do the whole thing, but it could be like, okay, they're setting up, they celebrated their wedding here, but we want to celebrate and give it to the people of Ohio or whatever. And then somebody like comes and you have it's such an easy lift. It's such an easy lift. And I feel like you can capitalize on it and you can utilize, like I said, the fact that they're on people already, they can utilize it for WWE purposes and TKO purposes, and now skyrocket their names. So it's now it's a name that people know versus, oh yeah, they're WWE superstars. Because there's a difference from being a WWE superstar to being, The Rock, who's also part of WWE. 2 different things.
In Cheers, this lyric say, "Hey, your shrink ran out to Europe and didn't even write, and your husband wants to be a girl.
Oh my God.
Be glad that there's one place in the world where everybody knows your name."
Wait, what song is this one?
This is the Cheers theme song.
Wow.
Doing the theme song.
This is the theme song.
Well,
I was like, yo, what is this? We just be letting shit roll. Sometimes we be like,
they didn't know it's a different era. They didn't know no better.
Yeah.
We're not worried about them moral ethics right there. Don't worry about that. We're not doing it. We let Mae Young birth a hand, and no one. We was like, oh, Mark Henry got a kid. I was like, what? Wait.
We also had a wedding from hell at one point. So yeah.
Oh, you know who else would have had a great wedding? But it would take creative to do it, and I don't know if they could work it well, but I would love to have seen it. EO and Evil. If you that, I feel like that would have been a fire wedding to see. Or even too, like if they were still there, Alistair and Zelina doing like their vows. They're gonna renew their vows, whole like work series thing, and then like Damien can come mess it up and stuff.
Or even the wedding reception. Not even the actual wedding, but just the reception. Wow.
So I'm with you, TK. I just don't trust creative to do it.
It's hard. And there was another couple that was in my mind because I think they renew their vows every year, Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona, because I think they renew it every year.
That'd probably be the easier one than even Tricky.
Oh yeah, you know what? But see, Chelsea is creative. So anything Chelsea, see, you put Chelsea, and they do the renewal. That's an easy lift that can go wrong in the right way. But
yeah, she could ride that out. Like the planning part, all of those like segments she could do, and she could work that well.
Well, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But another thing that's happening is NWA gets a new distribution home on a popular streaming service. So what's happening with that one, Courtney?
Yeah, this actually came out today in an exclusive by Sports Illustrated, The Takedown. Pretty much, if you're not familiar with NWA, it's one of the oldest wrestling territories, and pretty much is making waves. Billy Corgan and the NWA will announce a brand new distribution partnership with Tubi. In the new business partnership, NWA Power will air new episodes on the popular streaming services. The new episodes of the show will air every Thursday, and pretty much NWA Power is the weekly flagship show they put on TNA. Pretty much Billy Corgan goes on to say in the press release, to say we are thrilled is an understatement. Tubi's reach and presence in the digital sphere, especially with young fans, is unprecedented. And we're looking forward to sharing our show and our great stars with you as we continue to. But the partnership with Tubi is a significant milestone in the growth strategy of NWA that will give fans another way to indulge and experience one of the oldest pro wrestling organizations in history. They have not yet revealed the premiere date for the Tubi streaming era, but TBD on that, and is a developing story to come, and huge groundbreaking news for NWA.
Nice. Hope, any thoughts on this?
This makes me smile only because it's not the, when I hear NWA is when I fell in love with wrestling, the Rock and Roll Express, the Four Horsemen, the Midnight Express, you know, Ivan and Nikita Koloff, Big Dust, a baby doll, you know, I mean, that's the NWA that I remember. But when I hear and know that NWA still exists, though in a different formation, it warms my heart in that they're expanding. Another great way for wrestling audiences to appreciate what we've all fallen in love with. I'm very happy for them.
For sure. Will?
It's great. I remember them trying to, get the ball rolling on CW, and I just don't think that they found their, right footing when they came over there. So it was kind of bummy when they left, but I think with Tubi, like, there's a lot of room for them to be able to be somewhere for a new, whole batch of people to be able to see them that don't know NWA. And then for the ones that do, finally being able to have, a home you can actually go watch it at. So it's like, yo, like I can go to Tubi and actually catch this and start going like, oh, okay, who's this person? Who's this person? So I just hope it sticks. I hope it starts to get them back. Not to say that they lost it, but back into the wrestling conversation. When you talk about an AEW, a TNA, and WWE, hopefully this gets them to be able to be back into those consistent conversations.
For sure. With Tubi, I feel like because isn't AEW doing something on there too? Like they announced something like last week.
Possibly
AEW, and then
it's rumored that they're supposed to be moving from HBO to Tubi, but
I think it's their back catalog or something. I think that like came out like last week or the week before.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like they're supposed to hold the entire catalog, but with them being purchased by Paramount, with Warner Brothers being purchased by Paramount, all of that stuff is still in the air right now. We ain't gonna know no definitive stuff until they finish that deal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I feel like Tubi is because WoW just moved over to Tubi as well, and then you have Evolve on Tubi. I feel like Tubi is like either the same or the equivalent of YouTube, and it's not a bad thing if y'all have the YouTube subscription. YouTube is the whole TV network now.
Yeah,
as far as you can watch FIFA, you can watch NFL, all this stuff. So it's just kind of like, is Tubi going to be the new wrestling kind of go-to place? Because that's what it seems like. Like they're positioning themselves like that. Where I wouldn't even be surprised 5 or 10 years from now, Tubi is like the go-to place for wrestling, and now we're going to see WWE on Tubi versus Netflix.
I mean, they making some good purchases. Like they making some real bold swings, but they getting a lot of good stuff. Like the entire Cartoon Network catalog is on Tubi. Like you can watch Ed, Edd n Eddy, Dexter's Lab. All of that stuff is there in its entirety. The same thing with I think DC. Like they now have the full DC back catalog on Tubi. Like they've had a Super Bowl commercial. So for you, for you to say they're YouTube, yeah, that is a compliment. Because like right now, YouTube has more streamers than Netflix at this point. So like for you to for it to be that, yeah. And then they're very like not to say like not hands on, but it's kind of like, hey, this is just the distribution side of it for us. Like we'll make the deal with you, you get us the product, we put it up here for it to be shown. And a lot of people watch Tubi. They got if you ain't been on Tubi like that, go check out Tubi. Tubi got a dope catalog of stuff. Then there's that other catalog. They like to make fun of Tubi for it, trying to make it seem like that was it. Oh, you ain't ever heard of this, TK?
No.
When you go watch Waist Deep 17 or Still in the Game 3 featuring Gravy.
Oh, the Tubi movies. I mean, look, Tubi. There's a couple things with Tubi. Oh my god, I can't remember his name. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He just did a big deal with Tubi, the comedian. He just did a big deal with Tubi, but for years, and this is why I'm interested to see
the biggest deal to date. I just want to make sure he gets
the biggest deal. And the mental health show, I watched that I think a couple months ago. It was funny as F, but I feel like, yes, I've seen some of the Tubi movies. I have quite a few friends who they've been in the Tubi movies. The Tubi movies, from like the pandemic to about now, has kept people like their rent paid. So I'm interested to see how this, you're adding NWA, you're adding, I kind of almost remember CW when they had Moesha and they had all that stuff. And then it was something different. Like they changed. Yeah. This is what it feels like. Kind of. It's like, look, we're doing all these movies and it's attracting a certain set of people. And now we're moving over here. So does that mean that, because the movies are being made, so somebody's watching the movie.
It's doubled. Like the catalog has doubled even over there. Like, again, if you're a distribution company, you never know what could blow up between having that stuff on there. Like I know, there's a producer and a filmmaker by the name of Big Ja who made The Lesbian Homie. and his stuff is on Tubi.
Wait,
but it's
the lesbian homie. That's the title of the movie.
Yes, no, it's a series. It's a series. It's like I think it's on season 4, but it's about a dude who's like he likes this chick, but she's a lesbian, and again, I'm paraphrasing the whole show, but it's basically it was like, well, how you know you gay if you ain't never had any, and so they do, and then now it starts to become this thing of it's like, well, how you know you gay if you ain't ever, and then they like go over to him, try it out, and then see what happens, and so it just turns now into this downhill. But they on season 4, and it's on Tubi. Yeah, because it's like there's a market for it, like you said. So it's like, why turn down free advertisement that's coming in here? And then even the way their practices are works very well, because it's like they'll tell you don't have to sign up, but it'll give you a whole bunch of commercials. If you sign up, we'll take commercials away and just play them in the beginning where you can enjoy the rest of the thing. So they're even attracting more people to come in. So I just think that Tubi is figuring out how to go, okay, they're figuring out what their catalog is going to consist of that puts them above the rest. So to where we don't maybe have all of the Tubi originals, we got the whole wrestling catalog. We have the Cartoon Network catalog. You have sitcoms that you can't watch nowhere else, only on Tubi. Like I'll know they've hit the pinnacle when they put the Cosby Show on Tubi. If the Cosby Show go on Tubi, Tubi has arrived. Tubi number 1. And I'm not even saying that.
Can you see the Cosby Show anywhere anyway? Like, I mean,
no,
can they take it off of everything?
No one is streaming it. The only way you can do it is buy it. You can only buy it to watch it.
Oh man! Or if you have cable, still, you can watch it on TV One.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. No one is streaming it. No one's putting it up for you to see unless you pay for it. So if they get it, and I'm not just saying it because of like the whole Bill Cosby thing. I'm saying like how much the licensing is for that catalog.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very expensive to put the Cosby Show on. So shout out to Tubi, man. It is. I ain't gonna say the number on here because we live, but yeah, their licensing is ridiculous. That's why if you notice, a lot of people didn't have it all the time on there, but it brings you in. Like before, I don't know how it is now, of course, with like everything that's happened. But
well, that's why I'm wondering. It's because of everything that's happened. That's like, is it expensive?
It's still there because international audiences still watch the Cosby Show. It's just for some reason here they decide to not promote it. Like if you go on, if you use the NordVPN and you go on Netflix, I believe the Cosby Show is on there.
Mm. Oh, all right. Well, say less. I need to go back to that.
VPN, especially for this weekend.
Yes, this weekend's gonna be crazy, and we have watch-alongs and post-shows for pretty much all the PLEs and pay-per-views this weekend. So definitely keep it locked to that. Another promotion that's doing really, really well. CMLL has reached 60 sellouts in 2026. So what's going down with this? Because a lot of great stories are coming. Do they have an English version? The last time I asked, I feel like they didn't. So let me know in the chat if they do.
No, they don't. Not yet.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah,
so what's going down with this, Court?
Because you used to watch it on Triller, but I don't know if they have the English one. But because I know it was on Triller a few times for their events, but I don't know if they still have it after whole. But anyways, CMLL, if you've been living under a rock, is actually one of the oldest Lucha Libre wrestling promotions that is in partnership with AEW. And the promotion has reached 60 sellouts in 2026, leaving it 3 short of tying it to its 2025 record with the year not yet half over. Pretty much it's been reported that CMLL has pretty much been sold out, because anytime they had tickets for sale, it's usually gone out the door. And also recently with their show, because I know recently they had a 67th anniversary card at Arena Mexico, it has been very much attractive. So if you don't know a little bit of history, CMLL was founded in 1933 and the longest running professional wrestling company in the world, runs multiple shows each week across Arena Mexico, the roughly 16,500 seat venue known as Cathedral of Lucha Libre. And also, and I think many people did not know about this, and I find this fascinating, it has also drawn mainstream attention beyond its usual audience. Recently, in May of this year, several members of the popular boy band group BTS made an appearance during their stop in Mexico City, which is really awesome. Mystico entered wearing a BTS logo jacket, greeted the group after his match in a moment that went viral worldwide, and also many other things. They have a busy schedule. Their upcoming show on Thursday, June 25th, Arena Mexico hosts a special show that blends lucha libre with pre-Hispanic mythology through live performance, dance, and audiovisual productions. But CMLL has been killing it for the last couple, actually forever, but recently, the last couple months, because we do see a lot of lucha stars from AEW come in, like Mystico, Mascara Dorada, Atlantis Jr., along with many others. So I'm very happy to see CMLL is still thriving.
Yeah, definitely congratulations to them. Any thoughts, Will or Hope?
Go ahead, Will.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say super quick, I'm glad they're in partnership with AEW, because if I'm completely honest, as a mega wrestling fan, I just don't have the time to follow the Lucha Libre circuit as I probably should. But with this team up with AEW, I've become a huge fan, and I just hope that they continue to grow and expand.
Yeah, same sentiments as Hope just said. Like I've went down a rabbit hole this week looking at like Persephone's matches and stuff, and then it got me going into like the CMLL catalog. Like it's nothing short of amazing. Like if you've watched AAA, like this is no disrespect to AAA whatsoever, but it's like CMLL is WWE as to AAA is TNA. Like,
it's another level.
Yeah, it goes down over there. Like, you think the luchadors you see in AAA or something, man, the ones in CMLL, like, you swear gravity is not a thing in that arena. Like, the work they do is incredible. And I'm just glad, even Josh Sabione in here just said that I'm glad that they getting their flowers, and I hope with AAA and how well it's doing, and it being in partnership with AEW, though, I hope that bridge continues to get them over to a US market for us to enjoy it too as well. So I just hope this leads to like what even TK is asking. Give us an English version, like just where we can follow, we can hear it, and it's just like, hey, let's do it. Because obviously, after Mask versus Mask, we want it. We want it. We in.
Yeah, but do they have subtitles? Do they have English subtitles at least? That's why I've been meaning.
They have subtitles, but it's still kind of like how WWE is. So like they'll say it, but what they're saying on the subtitles comes like 5 seconds after they've said it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's at least it's something, because I've been meaning to check it out. Also, check out my interview with Persephone. She is absolutely amazing. And also, fun fact, we're both born on the same day. So shout out to Persephone. We have so many similarities.
Ooh.
Check out the interview. It's hella funny. But for Dylan's sake, my apologies, producer from the future. Courtney, what do we have for AEW Dynamite tonight?
Well, first off, Dylan, you got to wait till football season for pay-per-views on a Saturday, which won't be till September. But we have AEW Dynamite, the final go-home show before Forbidden Door this weekend. You get to hang out with me for Timeless Elite Wednesday at the top of the hour. We do have a lot of action. We have a trios match. We have the Death Riders, Jon Moxley, that little runt Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli taking on Mystico, since we were talking about CMLL, and Bro Dino. Right before Bandino's match against Jon Moxley this Sunday, we get to see pretty much all 6 men go at it, which is going to be a very crazy match and get you excited for Forbidden Door. We also have Konosuke Takeshita right before his steel cage match, teaming up with Mark Briscoe. He's going to be facing off against Ricochet. If you've not been following, Ricochet has been calling out Konosuke Takeshita for the last couple of weeks on Collision, and he wants to get back into gold And what better way to do that than with the alpha himself, Konosuke Takeshita. And we also, right before his big match against Swerve Strickland this weekend, Will Ospreay is going to be taking on a familiar face from the New Japan days, ELP. And you could tell if you've been following New Japan, especially when Will Ospreay was there, you know how deep this rivalry is. And this is going to be very, very interesting. And sure, they're going to have a banger of a match. And as I mentioned, Swerve Strickland, right before he faced off against Will Ospreay, he's going to be facing off against the Death Riders, Daniel Garcia. After what Daniel Garcia said to him last week, Swerve is not taking any prisoners, and he will be ready right before he gets to Will Ospreay, he has to face off against Daniel Garcia. But Swerve will be ready. And then, of course, right before their triple threat match this weekend, the Young Bucks are going to take on TMDK, which is a stable led by Zack Sabre Jr. And it's going to be a lot of fun with tag team action. So you can bet you can see Kenny Omega and Zack Sabre Jr. watching this closely. And since we're talking about Zack Sabre Jr., he's actually going to be in action tonight against Jungle Jack Perry. This past weekend on Collision, Jack Perry made the call and wanted to challenge Zack Sabre Jr. before he faced off against Kenny Omega. He called, he received, so we get to see Zach in action. And it's always a treat when he's there. And we're also going to continue the survival of the fittest qualifying matches for the TBS Championship. We found out Harley Cameron is going to go up against the Death Riders, Marina Shafir. These two, this is not the first time these two ladies met. They have met at the Women's Blood and Guts separately. So I hope Marina doesn't take Harley very lightly because she could be a little bit crazy in the ring and entertaining. And also, we have another qualifying match. Red Velvet taking on Queen Aminata. Always good to see Red Velvet on AEW programming. And very excited for this because this is going to be the match that's going to be on my seat. And we're also going to hear from Mark Briscoe's team of conglomerates, Darby Allin and Konosuke Takeshita, right before their big match at the Steel Cage. Very curious to hear what Mark Briscoe and the rest of them have to say. And then, of course, we have Team MJF with the Don Callis family. I mean, I'm pretty sure Don Callis is somewhere, but we're going to hear from them this weekend. All this and more happening at the top of the hour. AEW Dynamite, 8 p.m. tonight on TBS and simulcast on Max. And is there a match or a segment or anything in particular that you guys are interested in Dynamite tonight?
I thought Red and Queen were friends. Did they break up? Because when they were supposed to be a tag team a while back. I know it was a while ago. It might have been almost like a year. So what's the storyline with them? They just having a match?
I don't even know because it looked like she aligned with Athena. It looked like Red Velvet aligned with Athena for some reason. I don't even know where that went. So
I definitely want to see that match.
I don't know.
Hope any matches that you're looking forward to?
It's crazy. I was going with Swerve, and then I was going with Marina, and then I saw Aminata, and then this is a loaded card. I want to see it all. I just want to see it all. This is a hot show going into their pay-per-view, so I'm excited for them. Wake up! Let's wake up, Council.
Will, what any matches you're looking forward to?
It was just so many. She named like 23 matches just now. Courtney just talked for 10 minutes straight, like she was out of breath by the end of this.
It was just I had to keep going with the pace. It was just like
because there was so many of them. I was like, it kept going, and it was like, I'm the same way with Hope. I was just like, yo, this sounds like a pay-per-view card. Like, what is? I was like, this is the house show before Forbidden Door. I'm like, what's Forbidden Door gonna be like then?
A 5-hour or 6-hour show.
Oh yeah,
that's what it's gonna be like.
Pay-per-views are always long.
Yo, don't get me wrong. I'm excited for the matches. Of course, like seeing Swerve and then Will Ospreay go in and Jungle Jack Perry and Zack Sabre is gonna be incredible. But it's just like, yo, bro, 7 matches. That's all you need. That's all you need, and even that's still a lot.
6 or 7.
6 or 7. Let's give me the segments. I don't mind hearing from the Don Callis family. I don't mind who's the other people we had to hear from?
Mark
Whatever.
Briscoe.
Yeah, I don't mind hearing from them and stuff like that. That's cool. Segments in between, but it was just like, wow, man. I feel like is this 3 hours? Is it gonna be a 3-hour Dynamite?
I actually thought that too. I was like, is this gonna be a 3-hour show?
Well, they didn't say 3 hours,
just...
but there's always an overrun. So do not be shocked if there's a lot of overrun,
good.
which I'm used to it. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm excited to see Red Velvet and Queen Aminata on TV because we've been talking about Red Velvet for the last couple weeks, and I am so excited that she's back on AEW programming. I'm just happy that she's back. That makes me happy. I mean, seeing the whole ladies and that, obviously, like Swerve and Will Ospreay, they're gonna have their beefs with each other. Also, I'm excited to see Takeshita and Ricochet, even though Ricochet is annoying. I just want to see Takeshita in action. It just makes me happy to see him action as international champion.
I'm glad Ricochet's finding his foot in there as a heel. I'm glad that he's consistently on TV. Like, I don't be on here all the time on Wednesdays, but I'll be noticing. I'm like, okay, Ricochet is talked about frequently, and I'm happy for him with that, man. Like, he's a great performer. Like, I'm glad to see him like not having to like continue to trickle down. I'm glad he found his footing, man. Shout out to him.
We just need the Gates of Agony. We just need the Gates of Agony to be in the tag team title discussion. We just need them.
Are they still? Because I know they were doing a lot of stuff with ROH. Are they still doing stuff with ROH?
Not the Gates of Agony, as far as I mentioned, because I know Bishop Kong has one of the belts for Ashe. I think he's still the reigning champion. Yeah, for Ashe. But yeah.
Something else that happened on ROH TV. Again, I think my suggestion I guess you can't put ROH on Tubi because like that would be a great place to put it. Deonna Purrazzo, huh?
I said, why you can't?
I feel like if Evolve is on Tubi, there's certain promotions that won't be on Tubi. NWA is a go.
Yeah, but that's also too like. Yeah, but that's also like very, very developmental. And then even be talking about AEW's catalog going on there. Like, I don't know. I just feel like Ring of Honor would not be too much of a reach because it's kind of in the same boat as NWA. I
agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you. Put Ring of Honor on Tubi or YouTube. I don't know why, they're getting my $9.99 again because of Courtney. So thank Courtney. But I don't know why. I'm not blaming you, but it's just one of those things like, and like Hope was saying earlier, it's like there's so much wrestling, right? And there's at one point I got ROH for people to watch it. We were supposed to do a show and just didn't happen to militarize, and I didn't have time to watch it, so I got rid of it. But it would be so much more helpful for it to be somewhere where you're not paying that, because it's like, I know Tony Khan may or may not. I know what his bank account's more than mine. I'll just say it like that. But I don't know what his bills look like. But it's hard out here. So paying another subscription where you can watch it for Tubi, watch it on Tubi, and then support the people, because I'm sure that split is crazy for the people who own ROH, which is Tony Khan. Then do that, or get the views from YouTube. It's not like we won't watch the product. I think it's very clear that we want to watch the product.
You know what I'm very surprised at? Because Ring of Honor did the last couple of weeks. They had their full episodes for free the last 2 weeks. I don't know if it's hard to do, but they could make it free for at least 1 month to see if people would like it. Because I was very surprised. Like, the full episode was free. You didn't have to pay wall it. You didn't have to charge it. And I was just like, they could have did a special promotion on it. Like, hey, if you want to watch it for a whole month, here it is. But it's more.
Forget that. Put it on Tubi or put it on YouTube. Like, make our lives easier. There's so much and I was talking about this to another friend as far as like apps. Everybody's developing an app, and no shade to my folks who have iPhones, but you guys can only have so many apps on your iPhone. So these people developing all these apps, there's a capacity. Why are you looking at me like that? Everybody I know who has an iPhone, like, I can't add that app because I have this phone. My Android, I have a ridiculous amount of apps. It just is what it is.
That's it's just true. Who told you that?
A bunch of people with iPhones. I'm not making it up. I'm just saying.
No, I'm not saying you're not, but they are certainly. That's not true. it's size wise that you have to worry about, and like why that app may not get put on there. But also too, outside of iPhones, I for sure don't want to be in that app where you got 7 different Facebook apps you could get that ain't real. It's like Facebook, the Facebook underscore, face underscore book. And all of them got the Facebook symbol though. And it's like, oh, so y'all just let anybody have an Apple here.
Yeah, it's crazy. So just, please just put it somewhere where it's accessible for everybody. I'm just saying. Just so we can support everybody. But I digress. Maybe
there's no way the $9.99 subscriptions are hitting enough for you to be like, yeah, we can keep it here. There's no way. Like, there's no way. Like, move, like you said.
Well, it's been going on for what, 3-4 years, so I guess so.
Well, because I think it don't really cost them nothing to like put the stuff and shoot it. Like, it's like, okay.
Yeah, but then you're doing a disservice to the wrestlers who are putting, like, essentially, when you get in that ring, although you have great wrestlers, right? People get injured. Like we're going to talk about Deonna right now. People get injured. So there you have wrestlers putting essentially their lives on the line, and we can't even view it. Like, it's one of those things that, like, let's actually appreciate your work. Let's actually see how, Red's going as champion. Let's see how Athena's going as champion. Let's see what's actually happening versus getting the Cliff Notes version and supporting these wrestlers. So yes, it might seem simple, like $9.99, but when you add your Hulu, your Netflix, your Prime, your this, your that, you already in the 200 mark. What we doing?
Or if you live in Florida, because they tape in Florida, right next to Daily Space.
So wait, are you suggesting to just go and watch it in Florida? Like, go to the thing. Then you have gas, then you have parking. You go and take it you break down it's a funny story. I won't say who, but somebody's like, oh yeah, I got this thing to the club, and it's not a big deal, it's free. It's never free. Like, as a woman, the makeup costs money, the outfit costs money, you spending gas or you taking an Uber, you get in there, and then you may or may not use your own money to buy a drink, or you have to hustle and you look so cute and you have to pay attention to some man that you really don't like. It all costs something. Mm-hmm. So everything costs money. I'm just saying. So just make the lives so we can appreciate it. These people went to wrestling school not for it to be behind a paywall. Especially when you can see everything else. You see all WWE's catalog on Netflix. If you have that NordVPN, you can. If you've been listening to me, I'm just telling you. All of the catalog on Netflix, and you just pay that one price. So, I don't know. I don't know, Dylan. Go ahead and clip that out and send it to TK directly.
Just tag him on socials. He's on socials. He watches on socials.
I'm just like, man, I want to support, but my money's not long as it used to be. Anyways, let's talk about Deonna. And she was injured in this last ROH TV taping, and hopefully she's all well. So what's the details on that, Court?
Yeah, this actually happened on Monday, and we didn't get a chance to cover it during WWT Live, but pretty much this was actually during a match that she wrestled in during the taping where something didn't feel right during the match, and they kind of had to call it off a little bit early. They had to stop it, and hopefully she's okay. I know she posted on socials that she's currently in crutches right now, but she is doing very well. I mean, her and obviously Steve Macklin have been posting that. Deonna Purrazzo is the reigning Pure Women's Championship. She held that title since December 5th, 2025, and she has continued to defend it on Ring of Honor programming by the months by. And also with the fact, too, she's supposed to be facing off against, I think she's supposed to be doing independent either later this month or next month. But hopefully it's just taking it day by day. And also, of course, she did have Battle for the Brave earlier this month. But we here at Women's Wrestling Talk do wish Deonna Purrazzo a speedy recovery. And hopefully it's not too much of a serious injury.
Yeah, didn't you also interview her a couple weeks ago too? For her event?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, didn't you interview her a couple weeks ago for her event?
I didn't interview her. I actually met her after the show. I had a chance to chat with her earlier this month, but I interviewed her for the Queen of the Ring red carpet. I interviewed her.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, we definitely do wish her a speedy recovery. I don't know if Hope or Will, you have anything to add to that?
Just echoing speedy recovery. She's on crutches. That's not necessarily a good sign, but hopefully it's not a torn meniscus, because if that's the case, she's going to be out for a bit.
Yeah. I would just say take your time. Take your time, let it heal up, get better. You got your podcast with your husband. Like y'all do great work. So just take your time, get better so you can get back to doing what you love and doing what we love to see. Y'all entertaining us. So,
and they're gonna do Battle for the Brave 2. They announced that on their podcast this past week. They're gonna do it. Not sure where they're gonna do it next year, but they are getting ready to do Battle for the Brave 2.
Okay. Another thing that is happening, Kevin Owens will appear at the NXT tailgate and watch party at the Great American Bash with it looks like our friend of the show, Dave LaGreca, is going to be there as well. So what's the details on that?
What? Well, if you did watch NXT last night, they made this announcement where Kevin Owens is going to be there at the tailgate watch party for the NXT Great American Bash. He'll be with our friend of the show, Dave LaGreca. Is going to be outside the Performance Center. Not sure. They just had that little blurb in there, but very curious to see and happy to see Kevin back on TV, because we were questioning him a lot the last couple months, but it'd be very interesting on what Kevin's going to do this weekend.
Do you think it's going to be a setup for, because we haven't seen him for a while, do you think it's going to be a setup for a storyline? Like, why would they announce this and put him in there if it wasn't for something else? Thoughts,
Exactly.
Will?
Yeah, and then outside the Performance Center where a lot of stuff go down.
If this isn't a setup, I don't know what is.
But I'm trying to think, Kevin. I'm trying to think who though. Like who would? I don't know.
There, but I would definitely want to see that. And yes, I know you're going to ask, folks, that we do have watch along and post show scheduled for that as well. So we're going to be out in these watch along and post show streets all weekend. I can only count the amount of hours. Courtney will be on air for about 8 hours alone.
And also we have and also we got TNA this weekend as well.
We got TNA, we have Great American Bash. So yeah, and then
Night of Champions Saturday.
Well. Yeah, so there's a lot going on. So wow. So Bosa, you only care about the okay, I see how it is, Bosa. I see how it is. I'm just joking. All right, let's talk about Cody Rhodes. So he was asked if he's the face of WWE. So what happened with this?
So Cody had an interview with Ariel Helwani on his podcast, and one of the questions that he actually asked him was asked if he was the face of WWE. Pretty much Cody went on to say, and this is his words, not mine, I would say the face of the company is whoever you as a fan deem as the face of WWE is the face of WWE. The beautiful thing now is the candidates are more than 2, maybe even more than 5. There's a lot of people with great following. I am glad if any fans think that, and I treat that as a big responsibility. Could I do a grouping? You know what? Actually, I changed my mind, because confidence is a huge part of what you do, particularly when you have the WWE Championship, which is still the richest prize in all the game. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I am the face of WWE. I think you're safe if you say Roman Reigns is. You're safe if you say Rhea Ripley is. If you say CM Punk is, Liv Morgan. If you say those names, those seem to be safe names. And you can listen to the full interview on Ariel Helwani's podcast, which actually dropped yesterday. So he interviewed Cody, but feel free to check out his interview on his YouTube page.
All right. Hope, do you think he is the face of the company?
I don't, but clearly WWE does. And And he clearly believes that he is.
Yo, this is like Keish from Monday. Keish is asking questions like, nah, not at all. I was like, man, bad. Sorry, continue. Hope.
No. I was just saying I do believe that he thinks he is, but doesn't want others to believe that he thinks that he is. He doesn't want to come off as big-headed.
Okay. Will?
I mean, okay. So here's my thing. What is the criteria of being the face of a company? Like, what are we like? What is that? Because it's obviously not the title. Because the title
he's had it for how long now? And when he drops it, he gets it back, and he just doesn't seem to lose to people who maybe he should lose to. I mean, he's not Roman. I'm sorry. I like Cody. I think he's a great, great for press. I think he's great with the fans. He clearly loves the business. He puts on a show, but he's not Roman. He's not our tribal chief. So maybe I'm biased. I don't know.
Okay, so here's the thing that I have when it comes to that. And I'm not sure that it's right to measure those two, because we got to see Roman go through his ups and downs all the way through. Mm-hmm. Like we've been on this ride with Roman for over 10 years now. True. And we saw the evolution of him finally get to where he is. As for a Cody, the main population knows him from Stardust to now the American Nightmare. So, and then most of that evolution to get to the American Nightmare is on indies, where a lot of people didn't get to witness that. They didn't get to see that. So now it's like it's a time limit that he is on when it comes to being in WWE, because he's been there, almost 5 years now since he came back?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Jeffrey's saying he's the face of wearing nice suits. Oh my God. Jeffrey.
Oh, no. The new suit fire.
Yeah, we give him that. Yeah.
Anybody want to argue that? We can argue that. Ain't nobody more stylish than Cody Rhodes.
And his tracksuits. You can't forget about his tracksuits.
Yeah, them tracksuits be fire. I definitely want me an American Nightmare tracksuit.
That's true.
But I say that to say, and like, it's been 5 years and you've played the same character. So we're now getting the John Cena effect. Like, we've gotten a little bit tired of it. And it's not like how they treated John, where it's like, okay, John loses his title and then we kind of see him go through the mud, and then it gives that back and forth. So there's nobody really for him to compete with. So I think even him being the face, WWE saying that, but I think because they're saying that, you're lowering his stock with the way you treat him. Because that's Cody will tell you, hey, I want to drop the belt to Drew at WrestlePalooza. I think it's the right time for us to do this. And it's like, I hear that, but we need to make sure that this deal goes through. So we're going to keep the belt on you. And it's like, all right, bro.
And that's precisely why he is the face of the company. On the business side of things, I at the time, I think Roman definitely was, but I think because Roman is not necessarily there full time and Cody is, that's the reason. And that's not. I think if they're both there full time, I think Cody would still be the face of the company. He aside from Trick and a few other people, Cody's the one that's doing the ESPN interviews. You're seeing Cody all over the place on mainstream media. So that's one of the reasons he's the face of the company. The company can rely on him and bet on him that the average person who knows nothing about wrestling can relate to him as a star in so many different other ways. And if you know the nuances that I'm talking about, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
so,
I think.
Go on. No, go on.
And I think to Roman, like, even to say that, to Roman's case, Roman is more of the spectacle, but not the face. Like you say, like, Cody is the one, if I got to go sit down in a board meeting and we got to talk, we got to do this, great. Mm-hmm. The trophy is Roman. So if I want to show you what the product WWE makes, that's when I show you Roman.
If you're doing a Make-A-Wish, you're most likely going to go with Cody.
Exactly. If I need to do the ribbon cutting at Wall Street, I'm most likely going to go with Cody. But now, if I need to sell WrestleMania and I need Good Morning America, I'm sending Roman.
I love why Roman defeated Punk, even though Punk was selling merch and was getting pops everywhere he went. And it still trips me out, really, how, Cody, with his music, especially towards the end during his time in AEW, it was lukewarm for he and Brandy, but he makes his appearance in WWE, same music, and mega pop. I mean, and I love his entrance, but it's again, I may not be I am definitely a bit tribal chief biased. I'm the first to admit that. And I love Cody. And there's so many others. I love Rhea, but I also love Jade. And I feel some kind of way about the way I see how they're handling Jade. But that's a whole nother segment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see what you're saying, though. All the people you picked, you've watched them go from babyface, heel, babyface, heel again. You've watched to see different variations of them. Like Rhea Ripley, like the girl from the Mae Young Classic to now, completely different.
True.
You not to say that you have, because I don't know exactly everything you watch, but I could bet if I had a room full of 10 people that maybe 4 could tell me the run of Bullet Club Cody Rhodes. Like, not that he was in Bullet Club, and it's like, yo, here's 5 matches you need to watch when he was in Bullet Club. You need to go also check these matches out because it ties into this story and shows you how he got to the American Nightmare. We didn't get to see that. So all we've been seeing is John. And again, I keep comparing him to John because all we've seen is the babyface side, and we've grown Cody fatigue. And the sad part about it is he knows we've got Cody fatigue, which is why he go, hey, I think I should drop the belt to this person. Hey, I think Randy should beat me at WrestleMania. I think that goes over a little better than me. No. The Minute Maid just re-signed this contract for fucking $15 million. We need you back as champ. Okay. And so then you get held into this, and it's just like,
People probably don't remember when Cody was heel, when he was undashing Cody Rhodes. And even then, when he brought prestige to the Intercontinental Championship. And if you want to go back to Roman, not NXT, when he first came in FCW, I'm going a little bit way back with the developmental territory. When he was from FCW to NXT, well, you kind of know the rest from there. But even with Cody, I would love to see him be heel. It's just, I don't know. We talk about creative. We talk about booking so many times. It's like, I keep going when he was undashing Cody Rhodes because he brought so much mystique to that and had so many rivals with Ray. I think he had an encounter with The Miz and so many other people, just making it the second tier title for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah. And it just sucks because that was such a great run. And then you have this gap that's missing. And then the last thing that everybody clamors to is Stardust. And it's just like, dang, because most people don't remember dashing Cody Rhodes. And so the only thing you now get is this new version. It's like, okay, when does this change? But because, like, him being the face, it's like, okay, we can't afford for you to change right now, so we can keep getting this money. And again, to your point, Hope, it's also because of a Roman. I think Cody can't change because Roman did something Cody can't do yet, and he's reached the same mark as Randy Orton. There ain't nothing Randy Orton can do that we not gonna cheer. Randy Orton can say, screw everybody, he'll kick this dude, and we gonna still cheer. He just screw y'all. We don't mean it. It's the voices. It's the voices. We don't do none of that.
It's the voices in his head. It's the voices in his head.
they get a little iffy sometimes and stuff like that. That's that. Yeah, that focus on Randy, but that's where Roman has got to. Roman walks that walk. Roman is a spectacle now. Like, I'm not comparing the two, but it's like Roman is this generation's Andre the Giant.
Mm-hmm.
You go out to go see Roman. You go out to do this, but that makes him a product of it. The face of the company, though, is the person where, okay, this person is being seen by this person, this person, this person, and this person. At this event, this event, this event. The person we're constantly seeing is Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
Do we like it? No. Do we want it? We do, but just not anymore.
That's fair.
Yeah. In the same vein, I mean, like I said, I am as well too, Hope, a fan of Roman Reigns, but you know, they pushed him on us for so long. So maybe that's the game plan with Cody too. So we'll see what's going to happen in the next 5 years or so, especially with, as Bosa said it, Roman being more of a part-timer, and the times that Roman is gone, what they do with that. And this is where the stories and, you know, how the writers come into play and all those things, those moments in time where it's just Cody. And again, it's not just Cody. Who are you building up around him? Because I'm sure it's not, you know, Roman doesn't come into the office on Friday and say, look, guys, I'm going to be out for the next 3 months. They already know when he is going to be out. It's already anticipated. So if you know that he's going to be out 3 months from now you have 3 months to build people around Cody.
Yep.
And a couple different options, because, you know, wrestlers get injured and all sorts of things happen. So build people around Cody so that when Roman is gone, now you can position it and still do the things. But again, there's probably so many cooks in the kitchen. There's so many gods that they have to satisfy. There's so many things going on that, like, I just want to be, because I don't want to be following him, meaning that I followed Mark Henry through WrestleMania for a week and I was tired, and I was just making sure he was good, and I was tired. I just want to be like a fly sitting on Triple H's shoulder. I don't want to follow it. I just want to see, because all these things that he has to consider and do, and all it's Nick Khan. Like, can you imagine these conversations? Like, there's so many things, and there's no break.
No,
it's not like, okay, we are doing a season from September to June, and then we're off for the summer. There's no break. So can you imagine all the stuff that's going through their heads, and all, like, they're essentially the umbrella of everything that's going on?
but that's where you surround yourself with the right people, and clearly they have not. That doesn't mean that every single person in the room is wrong, but it's also clear that they need to make some shifts.
Well, the issue with it is that because there's so many people there, and the pivots that'll happen. So, and it's the tiers of what's going on. So, like, if Triple H is here, TKO is here.
Oh, yeah.
Now, between that, though, you have investors who you also have to please, and new investors that's coming in all the time. Then you also have to deal with the brand deals who also have a say so, because it's like, hey, I'm giving you $1 million or millions of dollars.
Yep.
I definitely need my input put in there. So as much as Triple H will throw this here to go, hey, let me lobby this up, by the time it comes back down with the answer, so many people have touched it to where it's just like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
You also got to throw in stakeholders too. Stakeholders as well. You got to throw them in there.
Yeah, and all of them get a say so. All of them have to do this. We want to see this person. Oh, the dude is like one of the biggest investors. Oh, my wife just loves Sami Zayn. You know, she would love to see him at WrestleMania this year. You know, we're taking all the kids to go see this. And it's like, oh, so now Sami Zayn got to get a push. And so, like TK say, now Paul is sitting here like, so I got to now somehow get Sami into the WWE title picture. I got to make sure that somehow I start to get all of the U.S. division up in here to get this to Saudi Arabia when we were supposed to be getting ready for SummerSlam. Now I have to track back 3 months, change everything we just did to make this work. Oh, and now Logan Paul's injured. So now I really gotta pivot.
Mm-hmm.
And then
That's crazy.
you get segments. Be like, you know what? Segments.
We're gonna
So
tell
we
some stories.
so we please everybody. Segments. 3 matches, segments. And then they heard the councilman keeps complaining we ain't ending Raw with a match. So we got to start ending these with matches now. But it sucks because in all of that, you don't get to build new people. You got to kind of figure out, okay, who's somewhat doing good that I can start trying to put around to build this thing without them chopping it down. Because I will still, to this day, never be able to figure out fully how Drew went from main event WrestleMania headliner to first night with Jacob Fatu. Like that is that, and we haven't seen him since. And I'm like that because I'm just like, I don't understand how y'all treat this guy like this. This man is money. This dude is a walking check, but for some reason, some of y'all just don't see it. This guy could be the head of the like face of the company if you wanted it, and it's like nothing.
I can give you another example. A person that fumbled many times, LA Knight. You put him on Slim Jim commercials. You could have done so much with him on Netflix and made him a megastar, and even when the crowd cheers for him. But
there's also a lot in the back that has to do with that.
Yes, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And then you get to Jey Uso. It's like, okay, someone could have worked with him on his promos, but he had the crowd. We still yeet to this day. And then all 1 minute he's champ, and all of a sudden you just throw him back with his brother again as if the run never happened. It's like,
Right.
okay, can we give Jey a chance, please?
Am I allowed to say it? Is this a safe space? Jay ain't ready for that. It had nothing to do with the promos. Jay is not mentally or physically prepared to wear that crown whatsoever.
And some of those others are.
Yeah, no, but then got to think about it.
Sorry.
Wow.
So it's
disgusting there's ever
it has to do with a lot of stuff in the background that be going on with him. Like,
that's true.
The dude really like needs to get some help. For up. And I don't mean like saying he's crazy, but it's like it's a lot of pressure having the rocket strapped to you. And then not only having your family in your ear, but your wrestling family in your ear, and your boss in your ear, and the owner of the whole company in your ear, and then also hearing from Slim Jim, Cricket, the stuff you're going through personally and stuff like that. No need to recap it on here. Everybody knows what it is. But you see it start to bleed out into his character. And then you start seeing the mistakes. Like, because of what you do in your personal time, you're coming up in here gassed and out of breath when you do promos. You are doing launches that you used to do so well outside of the ring. Now you can barely make them. And your stuff is like when you wrestle, you're not as safe as you normally are. And your promos aren't working. And like you said, to build him, there's not enough time in the world we are now with everything that's like this. There's not enough time. You would at least need 5 people who it won't affect them to take an L to go, hey, you know what? I will do something with him so we build him up. CM Punk would need to agree with that. Roman would need to agree to that. Gunther would need to agree to that again. Cody Rhodes would need to agree to that, and a Randy and a Drew. All of them would have to put him over in order to make this work. And I don't even mean like hold hand. Like it's like, no, I'm a dog walk you through this rivalry, but it's gonna turn you into a champion. Either you're gonna sink or swim. But I think we could do it.
I agree with that up until, and we spoke about this on Monday, Courtney, as far as in the era we are in right now, as far as talking about mental health. So I'm trying to remember the university. So I went on 5 different recruiting trips for track, and one of them was in a university in Utah, and they had us all meet with this this counselor, and this counselor was like, I help you outside of the track. Like, I help you mentally prepare. I help you prepare for these moments. And I don't know if they have that at WWE, but they knew that they were going to make him a champion. And it's not just him. I think it's for everybody. If they know that this is the trajectory that we have this particular individual on, then this is the individual, the psychologist that you speak to prepare you for all those things. And even if the person looks like a pillar of, like, they won't get gas, making sure that they do. And I don't know, the WWE might have that.
They don't.
I'm just saying that's okay. I'm just saying that could have been just putting it on him, because we saw the Unreal, I think it was season 2, putting it on him and then seeing that and yes, part of it is on Jay to get those things done. But if you've been in something for so long, meaning that I know so many people have been athletes their whole entire life, and once they stop being athletes, they have no idea how a Google Doc works. Like, I've done this many of times. So he might not necessarily have those resources or even think about it, because that's something he's never had to think about, because he's had the not the luxury, but the ability to be in WWE his entire career. So these are things that if I were more on the HR side of things, these are the things where, again, what I was saying that we were talking about on Monday was, you're getting all these student athletes into the performance center, right? You're investing money into them. Before they even set foot, there's certain things that I feel like a certain test or a certain thing that is developed that you can see that the trajectory of this person, they can handle, because WWE is not easy. That they can handle all these pressures. There's certain tests like that. It's like, I know they have the Myers-Briggs, but I'm sure they have other tests like that, or somebody could develop it where it's like, okay, you can see this person saying, yes, I can handle it. But in true, their tests are looking like this, right? There's certain things, there's certain steps that you get to that point before anybody, the student athlete invests their time and WWE invests their money before any of that happens. And I think that's where they did Jay a disservice, because from the moment they saw it, because I watch wrestling, but I watch it for certain things. People who've done wrestling, they see things that I don't see. So I'm sure Triple H and everybody else who was there saw, wait, this is not how it's supposed to be going, right? They already saw the red flags popping up, and that was the time that they should have pulled him aside and said, look, other than say pulling him aside and like, look, you were kind of gassed. Nah, we're strapping the rock to you and we need to make this work. So before he even developed all those rivalries, all those things on the back end, your body, your mental, your everything else, and not getting into your business, more preparing you for that, because he's been a part of a tag team his whole entire life. Can you imagine? I've always wished I had a twin, because that chick would be working just as hard. We would be getting so much done, but I wouldn't know how to do anything on my own, because I could just call her. And then all of a sudden you take her away from me? Like, wait, so who am I supposed to call now? So anyways, that's my
No, we talked about that on kayfabe, but we think that for like all of them, like why is there no course for them to take to do promos and learn how to do PR?
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? But it's also that thing too we talked about on kayfabe.
Well,
with
they do promos. But
I'm finna get to that. But it's like it can't just be from a wrestler that learned how to just do it, because you don't know how to be an educator. You're going off of what you know. It needs to be a combination of, you need the writer there, you need a speech person, and you need this person that has been in the wrestling business to be able to come together to create a course for these kids to be able to take, to learn how to be able to find their voice. You need to learn how to do this stuff. You need to be able to know how to come in there. So when the training outside starts to be able to come in and you start to get a little bit better, you're there. But it's the same thing with mental capacity, how to be on camera, not just hey, where you stand and stuff, but like how to deal with social media. Because just like a Jey Uso, I that's why it was like I feel way worse for the folks nowadays, even though people will have their own debate about it when it comes to the mental health side. It's like, yo, I understand what Macho Man, what Dynamite Kid and them, a lot of those folks on Dark Side of the Ring had to go through with trying to be able to survive, going to territories, doing stuff. But I'm like, yo, I can only imagine being a wrestler today, and in the palm of my hand, I've just read 100 messages that say I suck, I should die. Why the fuck is he here? This dude is trash. He is an embarrassment to wrestling. And I'm sitting in a room by myself, and this is at my fingertips. And now I done wrote something because I didn't see more tweets of like, oh, him and Jada Parker are messing with each other. I caught them here, and it's like, yeah, that's mine. And it's like, yo, why would you write that? Why would you write that? You see, this is why courses are needed to get you trained for this. Don't write that. Because in the moment you feel this way, you put it up. Oh, you took it down because like, oh, let me reconsider. It's too late though.
Yeah, the screenshot is fast.
Screenshots are so fast. 10 seconds, your stuff is out there. But they don't train them for any of this. Even to a further extent, it's like you don't help pay for their gear. Where is the Nike sponsor to put people's gear together? There's people that do that for football and basketball. We're not doing that for wrestling. Or why are they still paying for their own travel? Why are they booking their own travel? It is very wild.
Ginger Mahal, if you watch, and we talked about that on Monday too, if you watch Ginger Mahal, how he breaks it down, and not to say it's right or wrong, but how he breaks it down is very interesting as far as how much they get paid. And these are the more superstars, not the NXT of it all, how much they get paid and how they should funnel their money. You're treating it like a business because you are a contractor. And yes, I agree that there should be some type of wrestlers union, but where we are right now, how it is operating, there's certain ways that I know wrestlers who have done it the right way, meaning that they stop wrestling a day, they Gucci. But they also did very strategic stuff to make it happen. And they're talking to other wrestlers about it, but some other wrestlers have no idea what's going on until you get into the thick of it and you're like, oh, wait. So
but
how do I balance it all?
But that's why you have stuff like this and being able to have people be taught with that, like especially for WWE. Like I feel like that should just go within their contract. But I've seen folks like Prime Time, like Deion Sanders brought in an Instagram star. Her name is Brittany Renner to talk to young football stars, and like, hey, you first of all, a majority of y'all are not gonna make it, but for the ones that are. You need to prepare yourself not for just the physical sport, but what comes outside of that. You're going to have a whole bunch of women trying to clamor and get to you, trying to get pregnant just so they can live off of your dime. Like she broke all of that down for them on how to prepare for fame. And it's like those things are very important. It is very important for a superstar to know that, but it's also very important for a company to be able to take care of an asset that you're pouring all this money into. I'm sorry, no person in Vegas that worked at WWE should have been walking around without an escort. There's so many companies that you can work with. There's so many people that you can go to for car services that are small businesses that could have been here for each and every single one of those superstars. You could make that work. And where you don't necessarily have to pay a enormous amount. You can write that off on your taxes like you TKO. But it's like you need to start treating them like actual people before your product burns out.
Say it again.
And this is why you can't build a remaining superstar. Like it is very sad to see that outside of Oba is just a pure anomaly out of everything. There's nobody else that is at the pinnacle of being a superstar like a Roman, a Cody, or a CM Punk that's on their roster. Like if those people left right now, there is who's the next Roman outside of Oba? Who is the next Cody? Who is the next CM Punk?
That's
They
real.
have-
Who's the next Charlotte?
They're getting close. They're getting close, but they're not.
Yeah, but we're not there yet. But with the way that they're doing storylines, it's like there's so much more that can be done. The fact like Braun Breaker is facing Seth in a steel cage match after you had a match that said the beef was supposed to be over. Now we're back at it again, and then we're doing it at Night of Champions where all belts are supposed to be on the line, but they not. All right.
Or you don't have Finn Balor. Finn was supposed to, after the whole thing with Judgment Day, you could have had Finn because he was on SmackDown. You could have had a fresh start. But, well, yeah, that part right there.
Did he didn't get pinned though in that 4-way, right?
No, he didn't.
No, it was
Damn,
like,
it
why was he there?
And they ain't done nothing since with him. That's crazy.
No, nothing with Finn.
Mm-mm.
They ain't done nothing with Blake Monroe though. She made an appearance in a dark match, but she ain't out yet.
Who did you say? I'm sorry.
Blake Monroe.
Oh no. Mm-mm. Lots
Yeah.
of time going to waste. Just again, and I've said it before. Way too many shows. Too many or too few people. Too many Chiefs and not enough Indians, and then you've got the TKO factor. It's just like that was said before. It's like they're forgetting what they've planned, and they're doing things that just don't make sense. And wrestling fans with a brain are getting it, and then they're wondering why some people are dropping off and becoming casual. Gone are the days where you better not call me while Raw is on or SmackDown is on. Now it depends on who's on.
Man, I'm catching highlights now. I'm not
That
even
part.
watching.
Yeah.
Who's going to give up 3 hours? And when is SmackDown going back to 2 hours?
Allegedly next week. Allegedly.
Never.
What up, the Wrestling Classic? I see you. Thanks for
Hey!
Hey!
Shout out Justin, man.
He's such a cool person.
Yeah, man.
So let's I think that this is a perfect time to get out of here. With that being said, Hope with the new hair, how can people find you?
You can find me at Miss Hope 0621 on the social channels.
And the councilman, where can everybody find you?
You can find me at Finn Balor Deserves Better on all social handles. I'm tired of the disrespect from Finn, man. I'm tired of it. Like, my boy needs a championship. Like, how we don't have 2 Bullet Club members fighting for the title right now is beyond me. It's right there,
I
it's
feel
right.
They don't really talk about Bullet Club since AJ left. Like they used to.
No,
I feel like they don't.
Yeah, I know they don't, but it's also too like, man, it's so much going on SmackDown of just like, what are we doing though? What's happening?
Mm-hmm.
Like Trick and them are fine. Like, all of them are good. That US division is starting to build itself up fairly well, but with everything else, it's like, yo, man, why ain't nobody going after Cody? Like, you had to bring Gunther over. I'm like, there are plenty of people on SmackDown that you could be having going for this WWE title. It was like, nah, go get Gunther. Go get him.
Mm-hmm.
We was like, what about Damian Priest? Nah, put him in the tag team. We'll wait that out. Well, Aleister Black would be we about to fire him. Don't. No.
Crazy. Courtney, where can everybody find you?
They can find me top of the hour for Timeless Elite Wednesday, the final go-home show before AEW Forbidden Door this weekend. There's going to be a lot of action, thrills, and chills, so you get to hang with me for 2 hours on that. Also, you can find me on my socials at Courtney and J11 because I have content upon content upon content happening. my interview with Shotzi is going to drop ASAP from MLW. Also, make sure to check out my interview with Bronwyn Billington, the daughter of the Dynamite Kid, and also our friend Dave LaGreca from 80s Wrestling Con. So a lot of stuff is happening. I will be posting bold predictions a little early because this weekend is my birthday. It is Saturday. So I am going to drop bold predictions for Forbidden Door this weekend. I will not be on Friday, or I won't be on Monday, because Friday, of course, I want to celebrate. I'm celebrating my birthday a little bit early, but also Monday, Raw and SmackDown are coming to my neck of the woods in Atlantic City next week. It'll be a double taping next Monday. So I'm very excited to be on the ground for Monday Night Raw and also the taping for SmackDown. But lots of content happening. Please make sure to follow ISPW. We have a lot of shows happening. Our big show that we have in July in Wildwood. Obviously, of course, you're going to have the Headbangers, Ken Shamrock, Ted DiBiase, many others. So if you live near the shore, you do not want to miss it. And yeah, just a lot of good wrestling. And also, Watch Along for Forbidden Door is this Sunday. So busy weekend of wrestling.
Damn, it is a busy weekend indeed. All right, y'all. You can find me everywhere at TK Trinidad. Yes, we will be having watch-alongs and post shows for all of those PLEs and pay-per-views. So it should be an exciting weekend. Christy and I are definitely going to be busy for sure. And yes, make sure you check out the AEW Watch Along post show happening in just a few short minutes. Other than that, you can follow Women's Wrestling Talk on all social media platforms. There's articles that are dropping all the time as well. www.talkpod.com. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.